Hey there, fellow boat building enthusiasts from all over the world. It's nice to see you here with us again today. If you're new to our channel, my name is Rick, and with my amazing wife Lori, together we're on an epic journey to build our retirement dream boat, a 31.5-foot diesel trawler right here in our own backyard. They say the devil is in the details, but boy are they right. The difference between a stunning boat and a not so great one lies in the tiniest of imperfections. We're aiming for something spectacular, but we'll be thrilled if we land somewhere in between those two extremes. So buckle up and join us as we dive into the nitty gritty of building the Sago. Let's get this show on the water. A man who works with his hands is a laborer. A man who works with his hands and his brain is a craftsman. But a man who works with his hands and his brain and his heart is an artist. Now, I don't think I'm any one of these, but my whole heart is into this project, so I guess that puts me somewhere in that spectrum. I don't know exactly where, but you guys can figure it out. So I'm working on the underside of the eyebrow, and this is one of these areas where the devil certainly is in the details. It's hard to get to, it's hard to work on. There's lots of three-sided corners, and working upside down really sucks. Although it's an area that probably won't be seen all that much, I think my OCD here is set me on a course where I'm going to spend a good portion of the day trying to ferret the windscreens for the forward part of the cabin, and they need a little bit of help. Some of you real observant types out there will notice that I'm laying down on the job. I'm not really laying down on the job, but I'm laying down on the job. I'm still getting the job done. I had to go over the outside of the windscreens 3 or 4 times, I think, to get it into a ignition that I think pretty sure that the primer and the paint is going to hide. There's a fairly big overlap with the windows. It's about 1 inch all the way around, so you really won't actually see all that much of it. Here's a view looking up underneath the eyebrow, and it'll give you an idea of what I'm trying to do. There was a bit of squeeze out when the cabin roof was put on the beams, and I'm just trying to feather that down a little bit so it's not quite so rough and ugly looking. It was a real pain in the butt trying to get into the corners and get them cleaned up, and I found the best tool to probably do that was the chisel. Had I been on the ball when we put the cabin top on, I probably should have cleaned up the squeeze out, but that's just me making more work for myself. And you know how much I really love sanding. This is the System 3 Quick Fair that you've seen me work with before, and I really like this stuff. It's really easy to sand, does a beautiful job. With 120 grit paper, you can get it down to where you want it to be fairly quickly. So the last part of the fairing process is putting on the red lipstick, which is what I call the glazing putty, and the stuff is has no structural benefit, but it fills a lot of tiny little defects that could show through the primer and the paint. Just taking a closer look, you can see where I've gone over the entire surface and I've marked where I found defects that I think are significant enough that we need to add some of the red lipstick to it. And most of it gets sanded off later, but it does fill the divots and the imperfections really well. So moving on to the Foc'sle deck is another one of the filling and fairing exercises that I put off because it's kind of a pain in the butt. But anyways, I had to knuckle down, get it done. And again, this is a System 3 Quick Fair was the first coat. And a light sanding with some 120 grit paper whips it into shape pretty quick. So once the Foc'sle is faired, I guess we're going to have to clean the whole thing up and we'll be ready to shoot some primer on it after we get it masked up, which is probably going to take the better part of a day. And I hope to enlist the help of my better three-quarters, who has some experience in masking off cars for painting. Is going to be a valuable asset on this job. Again, I'm back with the red lipstick, just filling in a few of the minor imperfections that will probably show. I don't know, but they probably will. So just in case, it doesn't take very long. This stuff dries really quick. Probably in 20 minutes you can sand it, and it really works good. And the port side gets the same treatment as the rest of the foredeck or Foc'sle deck. And once this is done and sanded, you're not going to see me doing this again for quite some time. This is it. This is the absolute last time you'll ever see me sanding on the Foc'sle deck or the foredeck or the forward cabin or the windscreens on the main cabin. Yay! So as we're getting to the end of this entire foredeck sanding fairing marathon that's been going on for well over a month, I hope you appreciate the effort. And if you do, please consider subscribing to our channel, giving us a thumbs up, and leaving a comment. Ask a question. We read all the comments, answer all the questions, and we certainly do appreciate your patronage. So from Lori and I, we would like to thank you and hope you're all well and happy and safe, and take care. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.